You killed him. No, I did not. I gave him life.
Re-Animator.
Welcome to Sin and Tonic! I'm Kelly. And I'm Allie. And tonight, we're going to do something a little bit different. We're actually going to watch the Re-Animator with you, the audience.
Full movie. Full moon.
Weird. Crazy coincidence.
What? We've got our selection of, treats and Re-Animator themed.
We have our custom cocktails. We have this delicious vegan jello brain.
Yeah, brain mold.
And of course, no movie is complete without a nice bag of popcorn.
Yeah, because we're gonna watch the movie. And please come watch the movie with us and grab a drink, as we have here, and come get drunk and spooky with us, obviously.
Damn right. And don't forget, like every Sin and Tonic episode, we have a drink counter.
Released in 1985, Re-Animator, based on a short by H.P. Lovecraft called Herbert West, Re-Animator. It stars Bruce Abbott, Jeffrey Combs, Barbara Crampton, Triple Babe Alert. We'll get into that.
Also, fun fact about H.P. Lovecraft, he really didn't want to write the Re-Animator series, but he did it because he got paid $5 per installment.
So if you haven't watched Re-Animator yet, so it's all about the story of Herbert West.
Played by Jeffrey Combs.
Yes. He is a medical student who was actually expelled from medical school in the UK, comes to America because he had some sketchy medical practices which led to the death of his mentor. So comes to the Miskatonic Medical School in Arkham, which is so H.P. Lovecraft.
It's also so Batman.
Right? And so he continues his passion project, which is the conquering of brain death, which is essentially immortality.
Or one would say, reanimating
of tissue.
Also the reason why we have this brain.
And tonight's cocktail is called the Miskatonic Reviver. The recipe is in our show notes below, but it consists of
some vodka, some delicious melon liqueur, which gives it a nice green color, and then we also have some pineapple juice, which gives it that kind of smoky look, and then
a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of lemon juice.
Yep. And then we top it off with tonic water.
Tonic water. Cheers. So, grab your drinks, come get drunk and spooky with us. We're gonna watch Re-Animator.
And we're gonna get reanimated.
Okay, so we just watched the first 20 minutes or so of Re-Animator, and we got introduced to our three main characters.
Hell yeah, we got Megan, who is Barbara Crampton, who is the girlfriend of Bruce Abbott, who is Dan. Yep. And of course, our lovable doctor, Herbert West, played by Jeffrey Combs.
Babe Alert, number one of the evening and number one of the episode today.
And number one in our hearts.
Da, da, da. So here we have Herbert West moving into the house with Dan, that hot medical student.
Yes, and every now and then his sexy little girlfriend, Barbara Crampton, whose name is Megan, she stays over sometimes. So you get to interact with all three of them quite often. But also, Jeffrey Combs, being the Herbert West character, just shows up at some weird hour and was like, can I see this room you have available?
Can I move in right now?
Yeah, and then basically he's also like, oh, do you have a basement? Sweet, I'm glad you have a basement. I can totally do my work down here. Here's money, let me move in. That would not happen in 2019. We'd be like, what's your fucking credit check? Who have you lived with? Are you a psychopath? Are you gonna fucking murder my cat in a microwave? Like, there are certain boxes that get checked nowadays that clearly did not get checked in 85.
So, we're really curious as to see what happens further on in the movie.
Well, I mean, this movie was made in 85. We know what happens.
But let's watch the movie and
we'll circle back.
Find out. Come back to us in 20 minutes.
There is All right, so in this last bunch of scenes that we have just saw for about 20 minutes, Herbert actually successfully brought Mr. Rufus the cat back to life in front of Bruce. Really just proving that his Re-Animator serum, like, hundo-p works, even though that cat was totally cut in half.
So, part of our Re-Animator setting is our crazy brain, and it's full of our immortality serum. We're gonna conquer brain death, Allie and I. We're gonna fucking live forever.
And for everybody out there, this is a vegan brain. So no gelatin was used. We used
agar.
Agar
From
yes.
seaweed.
That is what it's from, and I totally knew that prior to this conversation.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got. This is not great.
You won't go.
It's like,
No, it's bad. It's really bad.
it's like if flour was a flavor.
No.
Like not a flour that you smell, but like a flour that you bake with.
It's really bad.
Like, I don't really like jello on a good day, but like this is just
It's fine. We're just gonna live forever now.
yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I feel like we beat a good amount of this. So we're
Immortality
probably good.
serum. We're good.
Yeah, we're gonna be
An hour
really drunk by the time we even get
Yep.
through like the first third of this movie.
Yep. So, we're gonna talk about the triple threat Babe Alert. Bruce Abbott, Barbara Crampton, Jeffrey Coombs.
Oof, the
God
hottest of
bless
the
you.
hot. Yes, please.
So then we have her father coming back to life. Shit's getting crazy.
Well, I mean, by their standards, I guess it's getting crazy. By
It's
my like
crazy
Friday night
here.
standards, it's nothing.
So the theme that I didn't really think much about until we're in this fucking moment, drunken right now, is that very possibly homoerotic scenario in a relationship between Dan,
Dan.
and Herbert West. Damn. Is that
I mean, I can see
homoerotic
it going
thing?
that way, or I can see it going really like the bromance way, where they're just like, fuck yeah, man, that's super fucking cool. I want to see where this goes. Like they're just DTF for anything that happens.
So I feel like Dan, he should take up his top. But besides that, he's very hesitant with this whole thing that Herbert West is like obviously a sociopath, and he is not. Dan is not into this, but he's a medical student and he's curious. Now he's like the roommate, the very like reluctant roommate of Herbert West. Now he's been like almost tricked into it. I wouldn't say manipulated. I think he's really curious, and he's like
genuinely curious.
he's curious. He's now fallen into this trap.
But also
Herbert
at this
West.
point, they've killed the cat and they've, killed her, his girlfriend's dad. Solid.
Totally. So there's like a really deep.
So now he's kind of fucking stuck in that situation.
Dan is stuck. His girlfriend is fucked up. Her cat's dead. Her dad's dead. And where is she supposed to go from here besides naked?
All right, we are back.
There's so much. There's so much that has happened in the story now. God damn.
People are coming back to life, right back to life, left, right, and center.
Due to Herbert West's wonderful serum. Damn.
Yeah.
It's magical.
It's proven that everyone he injects with will come back to life, including severed heads. But also, now that we're several drinks into this film, as you can tell by our drink counters, we're just getting cozy now. We're excited to see how cozy ends.
Totally.
We want to see where Barbara Crampton goes. Another fun fact about this film is that the main core cast, so like Barbara Crampton and what's his butt and the other one, they all actually went to a real life morgue and asylum to kind of get the feel of how things, worked and ran, and where they were able to embody that on the set, which you can clearly tell since they all feel weirdly comfortable in all those places.
It's so weird, but it's
weird.
so wonderful.
So method. I love it.
It really is, and it really stands as test of time. Like, you look at the zombie movies of this time, maybe Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, and shit like that, and the splatter.
Apparently like 24 gallons of blood were used, which I'm sure at the time was probably like somewhat record breaking. Now I feel like Shining, the new It movie, like that blood rave scene in Blade, like
My favorite.
I feel like 24 gallons isn't that much. I feel like that's what I put in my car.
That's great. But this movie really holds up. Like, watching it right now, it's so engaging. There's great practical effects, and I cannot fucking wait to see what happens, even though I watched this movie many times.
Heck yeah, and as we talked before, Richard Band kind of got the inspiration for the soundtrack for this movie from Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho. And if you watch during the opening scenes, that whole opening segment is very much an homage to Alfred Hitchcock's Vertigo. So clearly a lot of Hitchcock was involved in this.
Very cool. Let's continue on with the movie and see what happens.
Let's see how this bitch ends.
Oh my god, shit got crazy at the end.
Like, everyone came back to life, everyone in that morgue was attacking everybody else. Like, shenanigans fucking happens in the last 20 minutes of that film.
It gets all weird, and there's groping, and we have our severed head, our, doctor
Hill.
Yes, who's always had a thing for our Barbara Crampton.
And just basically gets her dad to hold his severed head and just like lick down her body. And then again, shenanigans happens. Like Dan breaks in and Herbert breaks in. Herbert's got like 2 syringes going at once. He doesn't know what way is up. He's fucking crazy.
He's double fisting his serum, putting it into everybody here, there, and everywhere. It's getting crazy.
It is. But it basically ties up every loose end we have because, the really only survivors of that film were Dan and Herbert. So we are coming to the end of our shots. Yep, we have the bare minimum left.
End of our shots, end of our movie, and it holds up so nicely. I'm so glad we watched it.
I really did,
so
and I'm glad that we got
good.
to watch it with our audience. And I hope that you guys were enjoying your drinks along with us. As you can see, we drank a good amount of this bottle, a fair amount of this bottle, a lot of this, a lot of that,
Favorite moments. It's really hard to say because anything that's like grim and weird and sciencey, I'm totally into. So, I just love everything.
Great. It's hard to pick one part. I genuinely like when all of the zombies come to life because, as I said, in between these filming takes, it's very reminiscent of what Screaming Mad George does. And as you find out, Brian Yuzna goes on to direct Bride of the Re-Animator and Beyond the Re-Animator, where he actually works with Screaming Mad George again, like he did on fucking Society and shit.
Really?
And like the special effects gets just that much crazier.
It is like the pinnacle of Empire releases.
It is the quintessential Empire release, if you will. Even though it's no longer actually released by them.
No.
I'm pretty sure it's under Arrow. And Arrow's also a good company if they just like wanted to send us some stuff, like no big deal.
So if we're gonna rate it, I would give it 5 serums out of 5.
Yep, Hundo P, we would reanimate the fuck out of this movie. Cheers to that.
So next time, what are we gonna talk about?
I think next episode we're gonna talk about Evil Bong.
Oh damn, we're gonna get high.
We might get high. There might be a bong. There might be a THC infused cocktail. Who knows? You gotta come back to find out.
Or an evil bong.
Who knows?
But until then, I ain't got no shots left. But come and get
drunk and spooky with us!